In this movie, we're going to add action to our button and also put some stop actions on our frames. The first thing we're going to do is put an instance name in for our button by clicking on our button. In the Properties Inspector, put in our instance name. In my case, it's going to be square_button. This allows Flash to determine which button it's going to apply the action to. You can have multiple buttons. They all have different instance names. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer. And this is a layer that I'm going to call Actions. This is not required by Flash, but it is something that most of your Flash producers use as a top action layer. And on that top action layer at the end of my movie or my scene, I'm going to click on put a blank keyframe, F7, and then in there I'm going to go right click, go to Actions, and I'm going to put a simple stop action. Stop, open close parentheses, semicolon, and that's done. That will allow my animation to stop at the end of that particular scene. My button still has its action on it, but it's not clickable yet. Close that. Now I'm going to click on my button layer. Once I've clicked on my button layer, I can right click, go to Actions, and I'm going to use code snippets. In the code snippet I want is in the timeline navigation, go to scene and play. Double click on that. It automatically is added to Flash. The only problem is that they added it to a brand new action layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that, get rid of the brand new action layer by deleting it, go to frame 1 of my action layer, right click, go to Actions, and I'm going to paste that. Now I'm going to look at the instructions. It says replace scene 3 with the name of the scene you would like to play. I'm going to come down here, scene 3. My scene is called Square. It is case sensitive, so be careful of that. It also knew to replace the instance name of my button underscore or square underscore button that I already had. If I didn't want to start at frame 1, I can replace that with any frame on the square scene that I wanted. So we'll go ahead and test the movie. And we'll go to Square. Now, because I don't have a stop action at the end of the Square scene, it is looping around for me. It will wait here because I did have a stop until I hit the button. So let's put that in on the Square scene. So let's go to the Square scene. I'm going to add a new layer. On that new layer, I'm going to go to the end of the last keyframe, hit F7, right click. My action panel is already open, so I didn't have to right click. And I'm going to put that simple stop. Stop, open close parentheses, semicolon. I'm going to close that out. Control Enter to test my movie. And now it stops at the end of that scene. That's the end of this movie.